the Sunday service. Yes, to those who passed away, RIP. To those who left behind, thinking of you and sending out some love. To those in hospital as well. Talk about that point, and we got to pay more attention to others and not so much focus on ourselves. And what we focus on is negative and is not really right, materialistical things. And then when we get someone that's sick, someone sent a message in the group Facebook, and it was just a bit of thing, maybe like I said, cancer is an issue that we don't really seem to be, we've pushed aside since COVID's been around, and we've got the new variant, and the new variant isn't as bad, but we forgot about cancer and the stress that puts on people, as well as the people that are left to help them and or left behind, so long before I suppose we had all hospitals and all those things to go back, there was a lot of things about belief, and I know people, like I said, we've got so caught into, could I say, Western way of thinking of like, if it can't be explained, it's not science. You can't really explain. Science is just, I understand the method of science and the purpose of it in certain points, but in other points, they don't really seem to, they disregard other people's beliefs and faiths, to show that I said, listen, that I said to you, love, care. If you got a plant and you show it love and care, it grows and it blooms. If you don't show, if you give the plant bare minimum, it would just about survive. So we're no different from that to flowers and other things. Like I said to you, we've just got to start, like I said to you, sharing love with other people. When people are down, like I said, if we're in a village together, and if you're hurting, that must mean I'm hurting. A tree, the roots, one root's hurting, the other roots can feel it. So that's how they help each other. They send the right stuff around to help nurture it, to make that root better. You know what I mean? Like I said to you, like people, even just cancer, anything, and people in hospital, people having operations. I said pray. That I said when people post stuff, I'll give a little thought and a prayer and a little guidance and strength to hope it all goes well, and also strength to guidance, strength for when you come out at the other end, that you need the support, to show we're thinking. All it is thinking about someone, just showing love. Like I said to you, every dog has its day. What goes around comes around, and every time we have things that could affect us or our family members. So we all, at that time, we want support and people to be thinking about our loved one or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So, like I said, that's my thing for this week. Like I said to you, just start thinking a bit more about others, because we keep worrying about looking across the road, being told to look across the road and not worrying about what's in house. We don't pay attention to what's in our own house, but we're worried about what's happening outside. If we try it, like I said, you can do your best in your own house. Once you get that in order, I'm saying to you is, they're better prepared. Children or people around you are better prepared for when they do go outside to have less problems, to have less issues. I've done, like I said, I'm going to do this. I'm just a template at the moment, just trying to work through it. I've done like, it's a chart. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a chart. Like I said, it's a method. I'll explain through it when I finished it, but the chart of life steps. There's 10 steps to life situations, and I'll go through that again when I get a chance and I've got a bit more information on it. Try that. Remember the old school when you was at school and you had like the screen go off and you had the projection thing and the light would go and you'd see like a clear screen, clear paper, and just overlays, so you can use it for different situations, different scenarios. But I'll explain that. But to the news, I suppose, this week, the government have decided to stop the PCR tests, paying for it. Who does that affect? The poor. your employer's still going to want you to take the test. Yeah? And you're still going to have to take the test if you're at home if you're worried. Yeah? So what they're doing is just, this is why I disagree so much with lobbying and things like that, because these companies are lobbying the government to get rid of these things, so they don't have to pay out for people being off sick. They want you to come in and work sick. They don't care. You're nothing but a number. Yeah, once you fall over, they'll get someone else to replace you. Yeah, that's what they don't want. That's what they're trying to put. Like I said, these companies are pushing lobbying. That's what lobbying's for. The government are not there to help us. If we're not, they're governing us. Yeah. Yeah, essentially, they're not here to do it. They're not helping us. They're there to route. Just pisses me off. It does. We have also the government now talking about banning certain conversations in schools. And let me ask you a question: does this apply to private schools? No. Yeah. Really, what they want to do is dumb down our children. That we want our children to be even more submissive. Yeah, they don't want to have an idea or a thought, because that will be cancelled out, cancel culture. Yeah, say it's conspiracy today, tomorrow it's a fact. Yeah, tomorrow it's a fact. Yeah, so you have to sort of wait and see. Yeah, what will happen. But I said to you, but the whole point is they're going to sit there and dumb down our kids. They're not doing this to help. Yeah, they're not doing this to help. Yeah? So we've got to start paying attention to it. Yeah, why can't we have views and conversations about certain things? Yeah. So, Prince Andrew, yeah. What did we expect? Oh, he didn't do it, but he's paying out. So, but he paid out, but he didn't do it. Right. Let me rewind back to Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson paid out, everyone said he was guilty because he paid out. But because it's I hate this to say this, but it's like a white collar crime. We don't. It's not as bad. It's not. Like I said, he pays out to someone he doesn't know. We can go on about that. I listened to the radio this week and listen, Mr. Lammy, you're acting like a lamb to the slaughter. Yeah. Because the things that you're coming out with sometimes, well, you're talking about keeping the Queen and saving the Queen and how much she's benefited you and your family. Can you explain to me that? And I was so glad on the radio when a man come out and confronted you, a Bayesian, and told you about you should get rid of him and what the benefits are and what have they done to benefit your people. They've enslaved your people, but you're there sitting there saying, oh, she's doing us well. And even down to nowadays, they're enslaving the people in England. Yeah, don't worry about slavery back then. Talk about slavery now. Yeah, the new slavery that's coming in, the slavery of the poor, and that comes in all colours. Yeah, including white. Yeah. So now we're going to see what's going to happen. And I said, you sit down and say the Queen paid her 80 odd million she's worth. No, she's not. She gets that a year. That's maybe just for her. What about the rest of the monarchy, the whole estate? Yeah. In that sense, we sit there and worry about what they're costing us. Yeah, right now. And we can go into, we've got Wales. Wales, a sneaky one by the government. This is very sneaky of the government. Wales are bringing through that the youngsters now can be vaccinated. And just coming through on the last day, Scotland. Yeah? And then the undercurrent, England have done it too. Didn't hear that part though. It was all about Wales. The focus was about Wales. No, it's here too. Yeah, that's another smoke screen, a way to bring things through for us. What have we got? The post office staff. No, you're not going to get any justice. Sorry to say it. I'm going to have to be real. Yeah? Because the people at the top ain't going to get prosecuted. No one's going to get done. The same thing said about Grenfell. The same thing said about all the other things. Yeah? We still look at the Hillsborough. Yeah? And I'm saying to you, we've got all these things here. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. It's going to be lessons learned. The problem is you started off with an inquiry. What's an inquiry? Just to find out a few things to find what's going on. No one can be prosecuted. We need a court case. Yeah? Essentially, and then we'll see something done. Because all you're going to hear is lessons learned. Oh. We have, what else? We're talking about the war right now. Another smoke screen to cover up from Boris's problems. They'll sneak through probably next week that you get a fine for having all these parties. I don't know what people expected. As for this war, he really wants to be a Churchill, doesn't he? It really does. And remember, if you look at the facts, saying to you, do your own homework. Saying to you, Churchill was terrible as a prime minister. The only thing that saved him was the fact that he went to war and they won. Yeah? And I don't think that I said to you, we got Boris, of all people, not being funny. Just look at how he's been over to us for the last 2 years. He's lied, cheated, and stealed from us. And then he's also lied to the European government when they were talking about doing a deal. I will disagree to this now and we'll go back on it later on. Now you're going to go and stand up to Putin with your flimsy chest and your flowing hair, blonde hair, and tell him what to do. Are you for real? Come on, grow up, man. And not even just that. I hear a lot of people talking on the radio and talking to go to war. We've got to deal with Putin. Everything you explain and say what Putin is, doesn't that sound like Boris? I'm just saying, yeah. Saying to you, controlling, doing all the things he's doing, lying to his people, manipulating. You know what I'm saying to you. And then another thing you're talking about, we've got all this Russian money here. Oh, but if you carry on, Russia, we'll suspend your accounts, your drug money or whatever money you've got, your criminal enterprise money that you're laundering through our country, and we're not corrupt. But the biggest news was, there's no money to sit there and help the people go through this energy crisis here. But Boris announced 12 million to help Ukraine deal with their addiction, their reliance on fossil fuels from Russia. They're going to give them 12 million to help them, and they're not helping you. Well, listen, again, like I said to you, we as people got to realise they're not helping us, and until all people are going to realise and change and speak up, nothing will change. Why are we sitting there? Oh, we've got to keep Boris in because if we get rid of him now, what's going to happen? Listen. The guy's messing up the country, yeah. And then you want to tell me that the royal family are not complicit in all this? Who runs the country? Boris or the Queen? Ethics will let heads on her head. But like I said, we're talking about getting rid of... Oh, and we heard at the start of the week that Camilla could become, and to be honest, like I said, I haven't got much thing about the royal family, so if they go. At the moment, they're costing us, so I'm not really seeing the benefits. If we could save money in save places, we've got all this land that's we could use, so that could benefit us on another day. But yeah, have a good week. Plenty of love. Like I said, just don't forget about other people out there. Every dog has its day. I'm not saying you're a dog, I'm not saying I'm a dog, but just a saying. But yeah, think of others. Yeah, and remember, like I said, it's going to get harder, and start thinking of ideas to help each other. This is the best time to bring back the family, the community, and do what you can. Yeah. All right, nothing but love. Yeah. Have a good week.